Hey, welcome back to another episode of Life as a Dance. My name's Taras Denisenko, and if you are enjoying our content, please click like and subscribe. And you'll probably click like and subscribe after I introduce you to my beautiful wife and co-host, Wendy.
Actually, it's not Wendy today. It is Military Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mistake all my Boston fans out there. This usually is B for Boston, but today it's Barbie, as you can see in our background.
It is Barbie because we are in at the studio what we call Tournament of Champions, and it's Friday night as we're recording this, and we're having our first theme party, which our newest staff member, Megan, recommended that we do a Barbie theme party. Since the movie's out, Barbie's kind of popular right now. And I am dressed as Ken.
Military Ken.
Military Ken or G.I. Joe Ken. And I also have my Boston hat. So, yeah.
Yeah, we can't really talk about the movie because
we haven't
seen it. But, of course, Barbie has been around for years and years and years. She is, I guess you could say she's an icon.
Totally iconic.
And she comes in all different variations, which maybe if Taras, because you are our technology genius, I think it would be super fun if somehow we could get some video footage or a photo to tag to this so people could see how epic our students' costumes are.
Yep. So, before we get into the whole parties and why we do themes and stuff, did you have Barbies?
I did have Barbies. I had, several Barbies. I loved playing Barbies with my friends, and it's always fascinating when you think of toys that have, stood the test of time. I know there's been some controversy as of late with Barbies, and even in the past in respect to well, that would be a whole other topic.
But why would there be controversy? Because isn't the whole idea behind Barbies was, as a kid growing up, you would play with Barbies because that you would imagine what you would be when you would grow up. And I get it. There was probably a lot of when it first came out.
I think it's because Barbie is so perfect. The perfect body. She's beautiful. I don't know if maybe it's just a different generation, but I don't think we looked at it that way. It was just Barbie and having fun and being kids and using our imagination. So I loved Barbies. I think Barbies were, I don't know, healthy for me, I guess.
I think it's probably a pretty brilliant idea. Not that I played with Barbies, but now I think about it as an adult that
Tell the truth, Taras.
You could buy. I did not have Barbies. I had G.I. Joe and Transformers. That was my thing. And models. I loved making models. But Barbies, it's pretty brilliant because you have all these different, you could be Dr. Barbie, you could be Ballroom Barbie, you could be Nurse Barbie, you could be Chef Barbie, you could be, so it's kind of like, it was about identity and career building and,
I get it. There's, because Barbie is perfect, and it, putting in little girls' minds the idea of aspiring to be perfect and the perfect body and weight. So I know that can, for young girls, that can be something that could be unhealthy. But hopefully, as you were saying, on the flip side, that people can look at Barbies as that a little girl could be anything. I don't know if they changed her body so she wasn't so I don't know if people would still buy the Barbies, but I think it's I think being that a little girl could be anything that she wants to be.
Yeah. That was the whole idea behind I think G.I. Joe dolls too, or G.I. Joe action figures, not dolls, action figures. But the original G.I. Joe, you pretend to be a soldier, an army guy. And then as it progressed, they got into the miniature ones, which is back in the 80s. That's what I played with. And my favorite G.I. Joe was Snake Eyes.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite Barbie? What was I
don't know if I don't know if I had enough of a memory of a favorite one. I do know that I made the mistake one time of thinking I would give her a trim, and my perfectionist brain, like I just kept cutting and cutting, and I remember going to my parents crying because I chopped all her hair off. So that was I remember that.
Did they buy you a new Barbie after that?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think I had more than one, so she might have just been. Gosh, I don't know what I did with her, but I know I was pretty upset that I chopped all her hair off.
We were surfing to watch a show on Netflix, and then we were talking about watching a movie, and then we ended up watching. It was for Halloween. We wanted to watch a movie, and we ended up watching. Not even getting through it. The new Adam Sandler Halloween movie. Anyway, but I had suggested that we watch Barbie.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing it. I mean, one of these days, maybe in the next few weeks, where you're going to be home on the couch, recovering from your surgery, maybe that would be, because I don't know, I was just like Barbie, but I think it looks like it's pretty smartly done, and there's more to it than, I don't know. I was like, is it going to just make women seem, I'm Barbie? But it looks like it's got some interesting takes from that. So I'm interested now.
Yeah. I was, to be perfectly transparent, I was like, man, this is going to be stupid. They're going to make this like changing the storylines or whatever. But I heard it was actually really good and a good message. And
I know. I was like, I think I'm one of the only maybe very few women that's not seen Barbie. And I wasn't really overly interested. I mean, I just was like, oh, I guess, when it comes out on, I was about to say comes out on video. I just dated myself.
Yeah. On demand
when it's available to rent. But I'm interested now because it looks interesting, and it looks like it's got some contemporary takes on it, but also keeping with tradition and Ryan Gosling, and that it's really funny.
What's really funny too is I got a care package from my in-laws, and in the care package was 2 DVDs. We don't have a DVD. I mean, we have a DVD player. No, we don't even have a DVD player. I could play it in the PC, but that's so funny. When I saw the DVDs, I was like,
what do we do with
What do I do with this? I'm not going to be able to play it. Plus, I could just pull it up on demand and or even on YouTube probably at this point. That was kind of funny. So
I think going back to staying within the theme of Barbie and just the power of dancing and being part of an Arthur Murray studio is that we have men and women, including military personnel over there, that are dressed up for Barbie party and having a great time.
A great time. I haven't seen, I'm excited to see one certain student because he was in the restroom changing and getting ready for it. So I can't wait to see that. But as we're recording this, the group class is going on right now. And what's fantastic is watching our students come in the door and seeing what they're going to pull off. And Mike, he's dressed as a sugar daddy Ken.
Which I had no idea that Ken even existed. So who knew? Who knew? Well, our instructor, Megan, a.k.a. Barbie, knew.
Yeah, she knew. But I mean, that's cool, right? Like, you can have fun with it. Like, why not have Sugar Daddy Ken?
Why not? Why not?
I mean, everything, it doesn't have to, everything had to take too seriously. But when Mike showed up dressed like that, I mean, he embraces the character. He had the little stuffed dog, and he come walking up to me, and he's petting it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. But you're right. Yeah, like, it's like, our theme days our first one is going to be Barbie, and like, it's so cool that it doesn't matter where people come from, what they do, everyone loves to get dressed up for a reason, and it can't be just for Halloween all the time. So yeah, people come to our party and they get points, so they're rewarded for dressing up. So
it's a really fun time of year. And I always try to think about like looking at what we do and seeing all the different students that come in, singles and couples, and their everyday life, and just, this is our life, so we're so acclimated to it. But even for us, I mean, when with an upcoming surgery that you have, like, I bet there's been moments today where right now, or seeing Mike, our student dressed up, like for a moment you forget what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and if that can happen for us when this is what we do for a living, what a blessing it is to be able to do that for students, no matter what they've got going in life. We've had students battling health issues that are here, dressed up, and something to look forward to, you know, no matter what's going on in their lives, to be able to have a community, have an activity that gets your endorphins going, and being able to dress up and remember what it's like to be a kid.
So we totally. And I think also it adds this level of creativity. You have a different outlet. So the dancing, of course, it's a skill that people are learning how to do. But here's another thing that you get to dress up and get on your creative side. And also a big thing I think is fantastic about it is it helps to have a sense of humor and just not take yourself too seriously. And by dressing up and as Ken and Barbie, I mean, come on, like if you can't laugh at yourself, then man.
Especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. I feel so grateful that we're in a business where we're able to not only be able to provide the gift of dancing to people, but the gift of just escape and having something to look forward to. And what's even cooler is at this festival, Tournament of Champions, all Arthur Murrays globally are doing it. So if you're on social media and you're connecting with us, you know, connect with Arthur Murray Worldwide, check it out, because you will see this whole world, this world of dance, and everyone, I bet right now, is posting videos or photos of their studios in some sort of dress up theme.
Yeah. Just by perusing Instagram and Facebook, Barbie is definitely one of the big themes that's going on in some of the studios. I can't remember which one is doing Barbie, but I saw at least 2 or 3 of them.
It's such a big theme for some of our students. We have a student right now that's on a cruise on vacation, and every time we post something on our story, she's like, "Oh, Barbie." She is so bummed that she's not here. So even on her vacation, she's keeping a lookout at our social media so she can still feel like she's a part of it. Which, by the way, I told her, I'll say Ashley, I was like, take a photo, you know, showcase Barbie in some way on your vacation and we'll give you points.
And she'll do it. She'll do it for sure.
I can't wait to see. I'm sure she will. So I guess we're giving Barbie a big plug. So if you haven't seen the movie, check it out. And if you have, comment below what you thought, favorite parts, and maybe give us some intel as to why you think we should see it.
Yeah, let us know if we should see it, because if we haven't seen it as of when you're listening to this or watching this, give us a reason why or why not.
Oh.
But going back to our theme nights and our parties, going back into touching base on it helps allow people to get more creative, not take themselves so seriously. But one thing you said that was, I want to kind of just touch base on that again, is if people are having health issues, and one of our students is going through something pretty tough right now. And I just heard him walking in, and one of the other students asked how he's doing. He says, like, I get tired, but I'm doing okay. But you know that he's in there and just being like, not probably thinking about what's going on. So,
and just the power of dancing, of how much that means to him, that he's, you know, going through some treatments that are really taking their toll on him, yet he tries to come. And I think just the power of being around dance and around this community of people is helping him with his healing. Like, he'll come and he may not even be up to dancing, even if he has 1 or 2 dances, but he'll just be here to be with us. And I feel so like just grateful and blessed to feel that we provide that for someone, that what he feels in our presence and our student and our studio, that he's like, I just want to be around those people.
Yeah. Definitely a dance studio has like a family atmosphere where people definitely connect and bond, and they develop a strong community. And that's one of the big benefits of being part of our studio. What I could speak very passionately about our studio is that the community is a very supportive and tight community. But another big benefit of parties, even if it wasn't a theme, is if you're developing and working on your dancing, it gives you, our practice parties obviously give you a practical place to practice them. But one of the big benefits, and I highly recommend people do this, is that they change partners, dance with a multiple or a variety of partners. Skill building, confidence building is where you're going to get confidence out of attending the parties, because you are forced to dance with different people. If you're taking lessons on your own, and if you're dancing with your significant other, you get to work on navigation, musicality. So that's a big reason why we have our parties. Yeah.
And I think one of the big things that we train, as franchisees of the studio, and being always of the mindset of teachers first, as we train our staff, it's important to always remember what it was like to be a non-dancer. It's always important to remember what it felt like. I remember as a new teacher what it felt like at one of the first parties I had to be at. And I remember being terrified of dancing the tango, because in New York, our schools had been there for many years. So there was students that had been dancing for 20 years. So I was so intimidated. But we train our staff, and we help them to help our students know how to be, if you're a beginner to an intermediate advanced, how to escort someone on and off the floor, how to be able to be a leader. And, when you're dancing with someone, to be able to really kind of adapt to what their needs are. Just really everything that we try to do at our parties is about making people feel comfortable, successful, that when they're out socially without us, they're ready for whatever type of venue or environment they're exposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people who come to our parties seek other parties to go to. So they will go to, so we're located in Virginia Beach. They'll go all the way out to
Williamsburg,
that's
Hampton, and other areas that they're going to.
Yeah.
And that's great. Our thing with that is like we can control the environment in our studio out socially. It makes us so proud to see our students going out there socially, and we can only hope that when they're in those environments, that they're having a great time and getting the same type of experience that they do here. Or, I think what's really happening is our students are setting an example of what to be like when you're out socially, to make sure that when you're dancing with someone, that it's a beautiful experience for both people, that not just, let me show you all my moves.
Yeah. Somebody posted, again, on one of the socials, well, I think it was probably Instagram. I don't know what it was, but it was interesting to saying the beginner dancer is afraid to dance with anyone. The intermediate dancer is afraid to dance with the advanced dancer. The advanced dancer will only dance with a more advanced dancer. And I don't know if it was a professional, but it was like somebody who's really, really good will dance with the beginner. And it's interesting to think about like this progression of people's, what's the word I'm looking for? How people perceive themselves. Like sometimes when people just have just enough knowledge and they're just a little bit better than everybody else, they think they're too good to dance with new people. And I see it happen all the time. And it's funny. But
don't be like that.
Don't be like that.
Dancing is about connecting with another person, and the best dancers are the ones that, don't teach someone, don't tell them that they're doing things wrong. It's really about making sure that they're having a great experience. And if you're dancing with a beginner, don't throw all your advanced moves at them. I mean, peel it back, let them enjoy that experience. That's we could do a whole other talk on that.
Yeah. But
don't be a diva.
But that's the I think cool thing about our parties is you see a mix of levels, and everyone dances with everybody, and everyone's supportive of everybody, especially when they're dressed as Barbie and Ken. Mm-hmm. That just changes the whole thing.
I love dancing with our beginner students. I love being able to, dance to them, but be able to turn it up a little bit. And when I do, seeing the expression on their face, because dancing, life is about give and take, and it should be, when you're dancing, it's about wanting to connect and give to that person and not feel like you can't just make it about you.
Yeah.
That's going to be a dance that's not going to feel good.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to feel good at all.
Yeah. So Barbie this week. Next week is what's
Wild
the film?
West.
Wild West. So I'm curious to know how people are going to dress for that.
Mm-hmm. And then the week of Thanksgiving, I don't know what it's been about Shrek, but our staff has been obsessed with doing a Shrek party for the last couple of years. So I don't know if I'll be able to be. No, will I be here?
Probably.
Well, it'll be depend on how you're doing. But I hope it meets their expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're not let down. But they've been building this Shrek party up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Cool. Well, we just wanted to kind of touch base and talk about why we do parties and why we do theme parties. And maybe just a little more detail on Tournament of Champions, why we do theme parties. It's kind of like a sweeps week for like network shows, or for like news when they do sweep weeks where they're trying to get viewership or, people watching the show. So what we're trying to do is show off to the world how cool our studio is and how active they are and how excited they are. So we do this kind of contest at the end of the 6 weeks at the end of the year, where everything they do, they get points for, and they have the opportunity to win something. So.
Yeah. Our focus is to obviously provide great instruction, a life-changing experience. But so few people have things to look forward to, not everyone, I always love, people talk about like Instagram and seeing everyone and thinking, people will be like, oh, their life, and comparing, and everyone has this amazing life. And average person is like, oh, my life isn't like that. And I love that we provide this experience with dance lessons that it's like a staycation. It's like always having something to look forward to. So not just helping people learn to dance, but giving them, creating memories, memorable moments and things to look forward to, so that everybody knows what it feels like, the buildup of a vacation or Christmas, and then it's over and it's like, oh. Yeah. Or that feeling in the new year where it's like, it's a new year and I'm going to get in shape and I have all these goals, where we provide that for our students year round.
Yeah. And memories, that's so funny, because I will probably never forget Mike dressing up as Sugar Daddy Ken.
No, I think we
walking
really
in and owning it.
We need to get some video or photos, so everyone that's on here can see that, because I think it's but there's another Mike out there that I cannot wait to see what he is actually what I am. He was a flight instructor, so he's dressed as Ken, so I'm excited to go see what his interpretation is.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining us here at Life as a Dance. Once again, if you like our episodes, please click like and subscribe so you can stay up to date to all of our latest videos. We are trying really hard to continue to develop content, but as studio operators, teachers, and now soon to be patient for my second and hopefully final hip surgery.
You don't have a third hip, do you?
No, but there could be all sometimes you gotta fix stuff or whatever.
Everything's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Everything is awesome
when you're part of it. Lego Movie is great. Chris Pratt did an awesome job as the guy, the master builder. I can't remember his name. But anyway, so I'm gonna pass it over to Wendy to close this up.
Well, maybe we should sign off by like, bye, Ken.
Oh. Bye, Barbie.
I wish I knew some sort of quote from the movie. I think there's a quote where it's like, you are Kenough.
Oh, that's right.
So maybe that's something to end with you are Kenough, and anyone that's watching, always remember that you are enough. And we can't wait to get back on here after Taras is healed up and check us out and have a great, what should we say?
Great day.
Have a great day. I wish I had more Barbie quotes.
Yeah.
Bye, Ken.
Bye, Barbie.